Hey, Christ Church, Pastor Lewis here. I hope you're having a great day so far. I wanted to share a story with you today. It's a parable actually written by a theologian named Peter Rollins. Peter Rollins is a great theologian and writer. He makes me think. I enjoy people who make me think. And he wrote this book of parables that I go to from time to time. And one of those parables is called Blindness. He tells the story of this scribe who, during the time of Jesus, was this very wise, learned man, and he was sitting by the roadside outside this town. Now, this is a place that the scribe liked to come and sit. It was a comfortable place. It's kind of like his place, right? If you've got like a favorite bench at a park or something like that, this was his spot. It was typically pretty quiet, and so he liked to sit and think and reflect on the world. But he noticed this day in particular, there was a lot of commotion, and there was a big crowd of people gathered around, and this wasn't really normal. So he asked someone, "What are all these people doing?" And someone he asked said, "Well, they have come to see Jesus of Nazareth. He is here. He has come into our town." The scribe was a little bit taken aback. He had heard about Jesus of Nazareth, but had never seen him. And so he said, "Well, I'll go see what this is all about." So this very wise, learned man made his way over to the crowd. He saw Jesus coming through the crowd, talking with people, healing people, blessing people. And he couldn't help himself. He just started crying out, "Lord, have mercy on me, a sinner." And people said, "Quiet, quiet, leave him alone." But he kept shouting, "Lord, have mercy on me, a sinner." And Jesus made his way over to this man, this very wise man, respected man, and told him, it said, "Your faith has made you well." And Jesus laid his hand on the man's forehead, and the man went blind and started shouting out, and people couldn't figure out what's going on. They were surprised by, Jesus has not healed this man, he's made him blind. And Jesus smiled down at the man and said, "You'll be blind for a little while." The man said, "No, it's okay. When you touched me, I saw all that I needed to see." It's kind of a strange story, but I tell it to you because sometimes this journey of faith, and this is the point that Peter Rollins is making, is one that we feel like we're moving from darkness to light. But sometimes it's in the midst of the darkness, it's in the midst of the difficult times, the times of doubt and uncertainty, that we actually learn and see the most. I'm standing here in the Glenwood Sanctuary. You can see it behind me. Some of you haven't seen the space. It is truly a beautiful space. It's a beautiful sanctuary. And for a certain group of people in our congregation, this sanctuary has a lot of meaning, a lot of worth. This is a place where they've worshiped for many years, where people have been baptized, where people have had their weddings, where they have buried and celebrated the lives of loved ones. It's a special place. It's a special place. But as we're in this season where we are away from our special places, because I could just as easily be in the Holden Road Sanctuary on that campus that holds a lot of meaning for a lot of other people in our congregation. So during the season, I wonder what God can teach us. It's often when we are forced out of those familiar places, those places that are special to us, where we are used to encountering God, and forced into situations and places where we're on unfamiliar territory. I've found in my life, in my faith journey, that it's in the most difficult times that I actually tend to learn the most. And so I wonder how we can open ourselves up to what God can teach us during this difficult time, so that when we come back together in this space, on our Holden Road campus, and in other spaces, that we come back with renewed faith, that we come back with a greater sense of understanding of God, of how God is present in the midst of the familiar and the easy times, and also in the midst of the unfamiliar and the difficult times. Because the truth is, God is with us no matter what. God teaches us no matter what. And we can take hope in that. Hope you have a great day.